Hey, how are you guys? Today I'll be showing you how to make your own self-sorting mealworm farm. So you might be wondering why anyone would want to raise mealworms. Well, it's actually food sources for a lot of pets such as chickens, fish, birds, reptiles, and a couple other animals. So it's a lot easier and cheaper to raise them yourself than to buy them from the pet store every week. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys how to build your own self-sorting mealworm farm. So now the first thing you'll want to get for your mealworm farm are 2 storage totes like these and 1 lid to fit on top of them. And you'll want one tote to be a little shorter than the other one so that when you stack the 2 on top of each other, you'll have a couple inches of space on the bottom. So the first thing you want to do is take your shorter tote, flip it upside down, trace out a rectangle on the bottom like I did here, and then go ahead and cut that out. And you can cut this out by either using a box cutter or maybe some kind of handsaw. Okay, here we go, just cut it out, and now we're left with a nice big hole and about an inch ledge all the way around the bottom of the bucket. So next we'll want to take some 1/2 inch thick by 1.5 inch pine, and we'll build a square frame to sit on the bottom of the box. And here's my frame, and as you can see it fits over there quite nicely. Next you're going to want to take some screen like this. As you can see, it's pretty fine screen, and you're going to want to cut out a section just large enough to fit over your new wooden frame. Just like I did here. So you're going to want to fit over the top of it, and also have just a little bit extra so that it can also come around over onto the sides. And once you have that cut out and you square it all the way, you can go ahead and start nailing it down on the top and on the sides. And here it is stapled on. You can see my staples up there on top and then also on the sides. And so my staples did not go all the way into the wood, so I'm going to take a hammer and I'm going to finish tacking those in, and then once I've done that, I'm going to cut off all of the extra screen around the top. And here you go, I finished hammering in all the staples and I cut away the extra screen, and now we're ready for the next step. So next we will take the bucket that we've cut the hole in, and we'll go ahead and we will set it down on top of our wooden frame and screw it in. And here it is, I just screwed it on and it fits on there perfectly. And I know I went a little screw crazy, but I'm just trying to make sure that I have a good seal so that no beetles can slip through the cracks. And now just as long as your upper box can fit into the lower box, you're good to go. So next what I did is I took a Sharpie and I drew a line across the bottom of our wooden frame on both sides. And now I'm just going to take a 5 by 32nd drill bit and drill holes about every 1/2 inch all the way across on both sides. And then I'm going to repeat the process for the lid on both sides, as you can see where I marked, and then one right in the center. And here we go, drilled the holes on the side and also on the lid. So now you just simply put your lid on top of the small tub and then put the small tub inside the larger tub, and you are now ready for mealworm beetles. So how this works is you fill up this cavity, just a cavity, with oats, any kind of oats, and then you also fill up the bottom with about 1 inch or 1.5 inches tall of oats. And so you'll put your mealworm beetles at the top and they will reproduce. And when they lay their eggs, what they do is they burrow to the bottom of your substrate, and they will lay their eggs right on top of this screen. So then the eggs will fall down to the floor, and then you'll be left with nothing in the bottom tub but mealworms. So the sorting system works very well. Most of the worms do fall through the screen, but not all of them. Chances are you will have a couple mealworms at the top with the beetles, but that's okay, it's not going to hurt anything. So here you'll see some mealworm beetles. I started this a couple months ago, and there's a lot more in there than you see. Some of them are buried down in there. And so all they need to survive, all the mealworm beetles need to survive, and all the mealworms need to survive, are the oats. They eat the oats, and then just throw in a couple old carrots or potatoes, and they will eat those for water. And so you really only need 1 top tub, but you'll want to have maybe 3 or 4 bottom tubs. And what you'll do is you'll just rotate which one this sits on about once a month. So what I do is I'll leave it on this tub for about 1 month so enough eggs can get down there, and then I'll move this top tub to another bottom tub and let it sit there for about a month also. And so all you have to do to get all this started is just go out and buy 200 mealworms, I would say, from your pet store. Fill up the bottom layer with that, and then within a few days or a few weeks they'll start turning into these pupa. And they'll stay this form for anywhere from a couple days to about 2 weeks, and then they'll turn into beetles, and then you'll put your beetles into the tub, and then your beetles will mate and lay eggs, and then your eggs will go down to the bottom tub, and you'll complete the whole cycle. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and Lord willing, I will see you next week.
Thank you for watching, and please feel free to subscribe.